Grayson Allen and Tyrese Maxey aren't too far off each other.
Whoa, okay, that's wild.
That's not wild. Did
That
you not
is
see
wild.
what Grayson?
That is wild.
Triple B's, I'm the man. I'm leveled up, I'm Super Saiyan. You said I can't, but I can. Triple B's got the plan. Triple B's, I'm the man. I'm leveled up, I'm Super Saiyan. You said I can't, but I can. Triple B's got the plan. I had to stun on my haters. I had to show them who's boss.
So, who do you guys think is going to be the best teams in each conference?
I'll be amiss to not say Chicago Bulls. You know,
This guy. To be honest, I thought they were going to be really good last season, and then as the season went on, they
injuries.
I was disappointed.
part of the game.
Yeah, but that's the only because didn't we think Brooklyn would be top 4 at the start of the season?
Yeah.
Top 4, top 2. Anyone who didn't think they'll be top 2 is kind of capping, and if that's Nick right as well, then yeah, he was kind of capping. But like you said, injuries. So yeah, Chicago had injuries last season, and that's what made them drop off. But they still finished like 5th or something.
Finished 6th.
It's not too bad. 1 off.
I don't know. When I'm hearing best teams in each conference, I'm thinking top 4. I don't think Chicago are one of the 4 best teams in the East.
Ooh,
Celtics obviously just made the finals,
yeah,
and just acquired Malcolm Brogdon.
that's big.
So that's a well-rounded team.
Very well.
They've got really good players in each position, quality in each position. Got the Sixers, who they managed to strengthen because James Harden took a pay cut. You got the Heat, who were the first seed last season.
Have they done their strengthening yet? Or
Yeah, they got PJ Tucker. What else do they really need? They already have Tobias
so
Harris.
they got
Right?
PJ Tucker. So that means the Heat, who are arguably going to be trading away Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson as well.
If they do,
Yeah, arguably
yeah,
for Donovan Mitchell.
they're moving down from the first seed to the 3rd seed. So I think that is a drop off, but they're still better than the Bulls.
So who's you have Heat, you have Boston.
Actually, I even said that. I think they're 4th. I haven't said
You
Milwaukee.
haven't said Milwaukee yet, and they're
Yeah.
definitely the best.
No.
They didn't. They're not reigning champions actually. And they lost to.
You can't dispute what Boston did this season. So I think Boston,
Yeah, injuries helped,
yeah, they did,
like we say.
but they've
injuries.
gotten better with Malcolm Brogdon. So
It's always hard with new acquisitions because the Lakers got better. They had Russell Westbrook. So
but most people didn't think that was going to be a fit anyway. LeBron James and Russell Westbrook on paper didn't scream fit because they're both ball dominant,
yeah, so
not
how
great
does Malcolm
shooters.
Brogdon on paper fit with being with
Great
Jason
shooter.
Tatum?
They needed a point guard,
He's a ball handler.
low turnover to low assist to turnover ratio.
Yeah, but he's a point guard as well. He runs offense.
Yeah, Jason Tatum, and
Tatum's a point forward.
he's not meant to be. It's not his skill set. He's a scorer. He shouldn't be running the
He's
offense.
an
Just-
ISO scorer.
Yeah, but all ISO scorers are good scorers off the ball as well, if they can shoot. So taking him off the ball will only benefit him, will make him less tired, and he'll be able to get shots off more in the flow of the offense rather than having to create them off the dribble by himself. Because what happened in the finals, he wore down. Jaylen Brown played better than him in the finals.
That's facts.
That's true. That's true.
And so you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, who aren't natural ball handlers, can do it, but shouldn't be doing it. Now with that responsibility taken away from them, they can go back to being wings with a player who's not going to take all the shots. So it's not like a Kyrie Irving on the team, like it was back in 2017. It's a point guard who's an actual point guard. Will take shots through the flow of the offense, but is more there to run it. That's a net plus.
We'll see. Again, so hopefully no one gets injured because the only reason why they, in my opinion, that they beat the Bucks is because there was injuries.
Yep.
Chris Middleton was not there.
Yeah, I agree, but like I said,
for
they're
me,
better
on
now.
paper, they're still a better team.
Milwaukee are better than Boston.
Yeah, they're better than the Celtics.
Fair enough.
I agree with that.
If we're talking on paper, can't dispute the Sixers.
I mean, did the Sixers make the finals? The Eastern Conference? No, it was Celtics versus Milwaukee, right?
But never
It
this
is-
team. They always had, it was always with Ben Simmons. So they haven't had a...
No, last season's playoff wasn't with Ben Simmons. It
Yeah,
was with James Harden.
yeah. But that was without them playing together for a whole season. On paper, Drew Holiday or James Harden? I'm taking James Harden.
For what?
as a
I'm
player.
taking Drew Holiday for defense.
Yeah, of course, but on offense.
Because when you think about it, is Drew Holiday meant to play offense for the Bucks? Not really. He's meant to be an option there for them as a buffer, but like for like, obviously you'll take James Harden, but then who are you taking as the small forward position? I'm taking Chris Middleton.
Yep.
I don't even know who it's not Tobias Harris, is it?
Yeah, Tobias Harris.
Yeah, I'm taking Chris Middleton.
They've got more quality at each position, in my opinion. You've got Tobias Harris, you've got Tyrese Maxey, you've got James Harden, you've got Joel Embiid, you've got PJ Tucker.
I think Tyrese Maxey's still kind of young to be put in that type of...
But who is the shooting guard on Milwaukee?
They got rid of, what's his name? Divinchenko. Can't remember who they...
Exactly. It's either Grayson Allen, maybe, or...
Grayson Allen and Tyrese Maxey aren't too far off from each other.
Whoa, okay, that's wild.
That's not wild. Did
That
you not
is
see
wild.
what Grayson Allen...
That is wild.
And this is coming from a Chicago Bulls fan who doesn't like Grayson Allen because he just...
Yeah, no biases, no biases. I'm not saying with any biases, but me personally, Tyrese Maxey, Grayson Allen, not in the same conversation.
Yeah,
But that's just me.
Yeah, but for what reason?
Tyrese Maxey's got a much more well-rounded game. In the playoffs, we saw what Tyrese Maxey was able to do. He's playing better than James Harden. I was dropping 37 in
Exactly.
a game.
And you're picking James Harden over Drew Holiday.
Yeah, well, Drew Holiday wouldn't show up last season in the playoffs. With Chris Middleton out, what was Drew Holiday doing? Giannis had
Took
to
them
carry
to
the team.
finals.
No, not with Chris Middleton out. Talking about this last season.
When I say finals, I meant conference finals. I don't mean...
They didn't make
NBA
it to the
finals.
conference finals.
Who was in the conference? Was it
It was
Sixers
the Heat.
versus...
No, it was the Heat versus Boston. They lost in the second round to Boston. But anyway, what about the West?
Oh yeah, that's true, because I said whoever won that matchup was going to then win the whole Eastern Conference. And
Yeah.
that was true. Wait, so who did the Sixers get bounced by? The Heat?
Yeah, in the second round. Do the same thing as Milwaukee.
Yeah, at least one lost to someone who was in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, but they beat the Heat, so the Heat lost to the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, as well as the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, you're right. But out west, I'm thinking. So obviously you've got the reigning champions, Golden State Warriors. Got to give them their credit.
Yeah,
No.
so
They did really well.
big up Klay Thompson.
Big up Klay Thompson. Big up Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole played well.
Oh,
And that's the
breaking
thing.
news, sorry. Sadio Mane has just been named African Player of the Year. Let's see it.
Lol. Very NBA related.
That's what I say. Breaking news.
He's a reporter, guys. He's a reporter. But yeah, back on the Western Conference. Like I said, Golden State Warriors, got to give them their credit. I think the three challenging teams, with all due respect to Denver, but the three challenging teams, I think, Dallas Mavericks, the Memphis Grizzlies, and then the Clippers with their players back.
Did you just say Dallas Mavericks?
Yeah.
Over
Goodness.
Denver Nuggets.
No. I'm with him. I have been big on the Dallas Mavericks for the past couple of seasons now because I'm with you on that.
Dallas got better. They added Christian Wood. I can't remember how they got him, but getting Christian Wood onto that team, they gave Luka Doncic a secondary player who he can feed. Doesn't have to run the entire show. Spencer Dinwiddie will have another season under his belt with Luka Doncic. So
They're a
Luka
tall team.
Doncic at his level of play, it just as he's going to get better and better each year, they're going to get closer and closer to the finals, and eventually they're going to break through.
They're a tall team, but expecting more from them, especially with that height. Their defense should be outstanding.
Their best player is not a defensive specialist, so that'll be the reason why.
But then the rest of the players should pick up because you can't have someone just running constantly offense, especially if we know this player isn't good at defense. Well, it's not his favorite thing, we should say. So if they're gonna be feeding all the points through this one player, well, most of the points I should say through this one player, then they can't just be focusing on playmaking. The big thing that they need to also be focusing on then, okay, let's stop the opposition from scoring. But it seems that yes, they did it, but they didn't do it efficiently. They didn't do it enough, especially with having some of the tallest players in the entire league. Defense really shouldn't be something that's lacking from that team.
It's all about effort levels, fitness levels. I remember playing defense. It's not easy. It's all about your commitment to the cause. It's all about trying, and that's the thing with defense. You can be as talented, tall, long as you want.
All the intangibles.
Donovan Mitchell came into the league as a great defender. Now everyone's calling him a lackluster liability on defense. So it's all about your desire. I think the Clippers have a great roster. They've added John Wall, and I know he's been out. He's been sat, but John Wall is still John Wall, and he doesn't even need to score. John Wall is fourth option. I don't even know if he's going to start or come off the bench. I think he should start, but that's not necessarily... Reggie Jackson's no slouch. Reggie Jackson helped them with their 2 stars being out, so they have such a good roster.
What do you say? 2 stars being out. Until I'm seeing time on the court from their starting lineup, they almost have the same situation as the Nets do. Because how many games did their stars even play together? It's like every single time I either manage to stay up for a Western Conference game and catch the Clippers, I don't see Kawhi. I don't know when he last played. I don't know if he played over 50 games last season. I don't know. I never see him.
Yeah. He didn't play last season, but I think that rest coming into this season will help him a lot. I think Paul George taking the time off to get his injury completely right rather than having to play through it is going to be valuable as well. And the Clippers quite went down and they still made it to the Western Conference Finals. Not this season, but the season the Suns made the finals the season before.
I hope they do.
So now with their roster like that, like I said, all due respect to Denver, but I just think...
Why do you respect Denver?
Because Denver are close. Before I said, the 3 challenges I said were Memphis, Dallas, and the Clippers. But I think Denver are right there. But I think they just fall out. Like I said, top 4 for me as well as contenders. But we haven't touched on the Memphis Grizzlies.
You said top 4. But what you mentioned, Golden State, Grizzlies, who else?
Clippers.
Dallas and Clippers.
Dallas, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's just fair to say Denver were outplayed.
But they didn't have their players last season, so
They had injuries.
they have a really well-rounded
Didn't even touch the court.
2-time MVP. Jokic is a great player. They've got good role players, but the problem is role players can't step in for when the stars are out. We got with Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. coming back. That is a really, really good team. I just think they're just not as good as Memphis, which we haven't touched on.
Memphis is a particular team that is, I'd say it's a fan favorite.
Absolutely.
Because you've got John Moran, Steven Adams, both of them are some of the most loved players in the league. So forget about fan favorites, talking about stats in itself. Those two, John Moran specifically, has played, I'd say, exceptionally. You've seen a lot of growth in his ability throughout this last season.
One most improved.
I'd say so. He is one of the most improved.
Yeah, he won the award.
Yeah, I'm saying this in that out of the entire thing. It's a well-deserved award, because we see that from the beginning of the season, he was not, I wouldn't say struggling, but a lot of his most focused on highlights were, he almost got this, he almost did that. Then as the season progresses, you start to see, he became more athletic. He became more, I'd say, more of a, I'm struggling for the words. He became more athletic. I'm going to stick with that. What do you think about the Grizzlies?
I think the Grizzlies are a really deep team. They've got shooting. Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bain, great shooters. They're players who are committed to the cause. They play great defense. John Moran is a superstar. That team is young, and that's why they're getting better and better. And they're going to be challenging. The Golden State can't rest on their laurels. There's loads of teams in the West that want their position. We haven't even mentioned Minnesota with their Twin Towers. Who knows what they're going to do.
Thanks for watching our video. For more like this, hit that like button. If you want to get in touch with us, DM us. And to make sure you never miss another one of our videos, subscribe.